Well, thank you all very much for coming. I appreciate it. This is a very important day for myself and Matt and our families. We've been working really hard on what you guys are about to see the last 6 months. It's a pretty incredible story, and where we're headed, where we're going, we're really, really excited about it. So I'll just dive into a couple of things. The first thing when we sat down and we started to really formulate our company, Doctors OTC. So what is Doctors OTC? Doctors over the counter. We want to brand ourselves, what our company is, the elite products in the CBD field. Does that make sense? Right now, with all these Dr. Phil shows and this show and that, they got all these products that are out and they don't even have CBD in them. Who saw those on TV? Raise your hand. Right? You saw those. I mean, there's how many different products? I think out of 10 products, Matt and I were talking, there's 7 of them didn't have CBD, 2 had a good amount of THC, and 1 had some pesticides or some kind of sides on it. Arsenic or something. It was crazy. So the big thing right now for a lot of doctors and chiropractors and people that are trying to get off these medications that they're addicted to over the counter, lower tabs and other things, they're trying to find different solutions for it. Well, what's the truth? The CBD world right now is such a gray area that nobody really knows the truth. Now the USDA and FDA and all that, that's coming. They know they're gonna have regulations, they're putting it all in place, everybody knows what's happening, you know, with recreation and medical marijuana and CBD field, the positives of it and what it can do. New York State's just a little bit always taking their time on things. So we decided to go full speed with the CBD, but the right product. You can't just have any product because you can't believe in it. And if I don't believe in it, I wouldn't be standing in front of you today. You know, and the biggest thing also with doctors and chiropractors, they can't say, hey Matt, your back's here, why don't you go to Video Family, or Family Video, and go pick up some CBD. We don't know what's going on, what's in that. People don't know. Doctors are not going to put their names on that, chiropractors and stuff like that. So we're really excited to share with you the Doctor's Choice. Doctors OTC, our company. And the most important thing is, you guys can read up here, when we started this, like, you know, I've been involved in a lot of network marketing companies, been involved in insurance companies, corporate America, good, bad, and the ugly, in every industry, and I've seen it all. I've been there, done that. The biggest thing when we started putting this together is about integrity, value, the way my father and my mother raised me there in the room today. Having the right product, being truthful and honest with people, building a company on those principles, on those fundamentals, is extremely important. And the big thing for Matt and I now is we own it. Not somebody else over there telling us what we can do, what we can't do, pulling the rug out from underneath us, telling us, oh, this is done, this is going to change. No, no, no. We're building it. And the biggest thing is, okay, what is the best interest? Who's going to take this product? What is the best interest of the affiliates? What is the best? And we can continue to make those great decisions based on these values. And that's extremely, extremely important to me. Finally, after all these years of me being in the network marketing and professional business space, that we have to write our own ship with like-minded individuals that want to really help and change the quality of people's lives, whether it's personal or professional. So I ask you just to sit back, relax. I really thank you for your time. Time is the most valuable commodity in the world, and for you guys to come down here on a Monday night after the Bills just lost to the Patriots and we were right there. No, it's not. Man, we were right there, Kenny. 16-10, take that for punt, all messed up, take that 7 point. All right. Anyway, so as we keep going, guys, my mom's in the room, my dad's in the room, my son, my brother, his fiance, Melissa. This is our family, the Echevarrias. How do we say it, Glenn? Glenn, it's not Echevarria, Echevarria, okay. And they've been watching me the last, I don't know how many years, swinging at the fences in business, making some base hits and doubles, and then learning the hard way, and now here we are. So to my family, I want to thank you for always being there for me. And it's passionate because the big thing is in life, I always want to do for others and try to help other people. And you know, my family, it starts with my family and my son. Those of you who know, my son is 10 years old, and it's me, him, and Buckus. We have a 3-year-old American Bulldog. We live in Hamburg, and my family. So thank you for being there and supporting me. And this is the backbone of the founders of the company. As I introduced Matt and I go back the sunny city of Lackawanna. What is the giggles for? No, I'm joking. It's so funny because everywhere we back go, we'll say, everybody comes from Lackawanna. Somehow, some way, it's like, oh, I know. So we're at our Sheridan, we have a Sheridan location, a retail store, and we're sitting there, and an older couple comes in, they were sent by Dr. Simmons, right? And I said, well, yeah, I'm telling you, we're talking Lackawanna. She goes, my sister's 50th reunion today, and that's Lackawanna. And she went, and it's like, me and Matt look at each other like, I told you, everybody's from Lackawanna. So Matt and I have been friends for a very long time. Those of you who don't know, Matt's been a very successful entrepreneur in so many different fields. And when he called me, and, it was maybe about 10 months ago, about his MedX and medical profession, I was going through a shift from the insurance world to the technology world, trying to figure out what my next steps were. And then Matt came back to me and said, Glenn, this is CBD, this is the future. And I'm like, okay, and I've heard about CBD, and then I started to really look into it. And then those of you that know me, then I dove into it to just find out what this is really all about. But Matt, with the high ethics, morals, and value, and his wonderful family and his background, for me it was a no-brainer to join forces with Matt, because I believe in the both of us. And when you have a strong partnership and just a great guy that lines up with the right values, it was just awesome. So I want to introduce you guys to another founder and owner of this company, Mr. Matt Dole. If you guys can give him a round of applause real quick.
Wow, I don't think I can top that introduction, but Glenn, let's hear for Glenn, by the way. That was fantastic, thank you, Glenn. And as Glenn said, we go way back, and over the several years, if you don't know, I'm kind of a serial entrepreneur. When you look at my background and history, I've done everything from food, entertainment, home improvement, energy, rentals, tent rentals, and you name it. I kind of been looking to find my way through the many years, and had the ups and downs of the corporate world. Went into corporate, found out that corporate is just like every other business. They're looking out for themselves. So I jumped out of that and went back into the medical field, went into the medical field and thought, well, if I'm going to go through life, I'd like to help people, make them feel good about what I'm doing. And that's what we're here for. And I wanted to bring my good friend Glenn in with me to say, okay, let's help lots of folks, and maybe we can make a living and feel good about doing it. So that's kind of our direction, what we're doing. How we got specifically here with CBD, I was in the medical industry with pain management, chiropractors, surgeons doing back braces, knee braces, cervical collars, and the doctors kept asking me, what do you know about CBD? What do you know about CBD? I didn't know anything about it, so I had to figure it out. I had to start poking around to find out what's going on in the CBD world. It's in the news everywhere. It's everywhere on the streets every other day. CBD, medical marijuana is coming. THC free, full spectrum. I mean, there's so much information out there, we don't know which way we're going. So I had to zero in on a couple of different products, find a really good manufacturer that we can believe in and we can partner up with and go full steam ahead. So that's kind of what we're doing right now. If you want to take me to the next film here, the next slide. So up on the screen here is our very small, this is ground floor right now. We have a small office, a little retail space. Have one girl in the office that kind of is my assistant, Glenn's assistant. She's there for when we need help doing, whether it's emails, phone calls, following up with things. Sarah takes care of that. In the back of the room is Dr. Nightingale. He's our medical director, so we're not doctors. And so when we have those questions, we go to Dr. Nightingale and say, hey, Doc, what do you think about this? You have the knowledge and the context to find an answer if we don't have it. So that's kind of where he comes in. He also is a very successful chiropractor, where he is the chiropractor for the Buffalo Sabres, the Bison, and Live Nation, which is all of the national entertainers in the country. So that's what Dr. Nightingale has on his plate. So without any more ado, I think we're going to introduce Dr. Kevin Nightingale. If you want to come up, Kev, and Dr. Nightingale, and kind of just give us your take on CBD in the chiropractic world. And he's getting bombarded just like we are every single day and what's going on. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Kevin Nightingale.
Hello, how's everybody tonight? So, I basically started working with CBD about 2 years ago, and I've worked with a bunch of different products, BioFreeze and all these icy hots and things like that. So in my office, I'm always trying to give my patients, like, I guess, the best care possible. And if I do bring on like a product to carry in my office, I want to make sure it's like the best product. So as far as vitamins and supplements, I use Metagenics, which is a phenomenal supplement and vitamin company. When CBD started about 2 years ago, I went through a bunch of different types of products and manufacturers, and it was new, so nobody really didn't know, where the direction was going. So I started with one company which I thought was pretty decent, and then I started working with another company that was a little bit better. I started working with another company that was a little bit better, and I ended up working with the products that we currently have. As far as my patients go, the patients, I honestly cannot keep my CBD products in stock. And I didn't know how it was going to be, thought with patients. I literally have it on my shelves. I have a mat in the front, and literally every single patient that comes to my front counter, and I don't push it on anybody, asks about the products. So I talk to them about the products. I give them some information to then do research on their own on the website and with the brochures, and literally, I can't keep it in stock. Patients that use it are then kind of like my test subjects, I guess, right? And I want to know if it's actually working or not. And literally everybody that uses it comes back and buys more. So it's like, for me, it was like a learning experience because I didn't know how it was going to go over. Patients love it. And I have patients that literally will come in the office that have like a slew of medications that they're on, and every single person wants to get off medications. So this is a way to naturally get them out of pain, help with their anxiety, their stress, and just get them feeling better without the use of medications and drugs. So I personally give it to my dog as well. My dog is 13. He just had his spleen removed, and he had arthritis in his knee where he kept limping. So we have a pet product. I give it to him every morning in his food, and literally after probably 30 to 45 days, he's not limping anymore. He jumps around again. I personally use the products at night. My mom uses them, so my family uses the exact same products that we have here today. So if you guys have any questions for me at any point in time, feel free to reach out to me, to contact me through Glenn or Matt, and I'd be more than happy to answer questions for you guys.
Thank you. All right, thank you, Dr. Nightingale. All right, and with this next one here, we're going to get into the meat of our subject here, which is basically the education on CBD, and then he's going to go into what separates us from all the other stuff out on the market. So what we've done is, when Glenn and I started really researching this, we wanted to find the very best in the industry. So we were poking around, and we came across a couple we thought were pretty good. And I was distributing some of these other things until I seen these shows on Dr. Phil, and he came back with a product that said, hey, this had nothing in it. And it just so happened to be the same thing that I was carrying. So that didn't look good for me. So I really needed to align ourselves with somebody that we trusted. They have the same, again, the morals and values, and they want to help people. And they're aligning themselves with the correct credentials out there with FDA, USDA, all of the different governing bodies for the future. Because at the end of the day, 95% of these companies are going to disappear. This one is going to be left standing. So with that being said, I'm going to bring in the VP from the manufacturer, Mr. Travis Snyder.
Thanks, Matt and Glenn. So my name is Travis Snyder. I am the Vice President of Sales for NeoCure. NeoCure is a subsidiary of a company called Cure Support. Cure Support is a Netherlands-based nutraceutical, pharmaceutical, and CBD manufacturing company. We specialize in the delivery, the efficacy, and the absorption rates of supplements into the body. What you will hear from every single CBD manufacturer out there is they have the best CBD oil available. Every single one, when you go to their website, every single one when you watch or hear their testimonials, they have the best. They very well may. I will never refute that. Charlotte's Web might have the best CBD oil on the planet. Appaloosa might have the best CBD oil on the planet. We do not produce CBD oil. and there's reasons behind it. Oil only absorbs into the body at 6 to 10%. It doesn't matter if it's hemp seed oil, if it's MCT oil, or if it's coconut oil, olive oil. The body can only absorb at 6 to 10% of any supplement that is carried by oil. That is factual, that is medical, there's study after study after study. When is the last time anybody in this room, raise your hand if you have, because you'll be the first, has ever taken a drug prescribed by a doctor or a medicine prescribed that's to cure something that was oil-based? Exactly. There's a reason that it's not used. It's because it is such a poor delivery system into the body. The reason it's used in the CBD world is because it's cheap, it cuts CBD really well, and you can flavor it to taste like anything that you want. So CBD gets broken down incredibly well by oils, MCT, coconut, hemp seed. That's why they use it. It still doesn't deliver well to the body. What NeoCure and what Cure Support does is we use our pharmaceutical and our nutraceutical technology and we make a liposomal solution. What that does is it delivers the CBD into the body at a rate of 40 to 50%. If you test what's in their bottle and you test what's in mine, you're going to get the exact same result from the exact same labs. They're both going to say that we each have 500 milligrams inside their bottle, we have 500 milligrams in ours, and that's great. But their absorption rate will never be better than 6 to 10%, and our absorption rate will always be 40 to 50%. So what you're going to pay for is the same in each of them. We're priced almost the exact same as everybody else, but the efficacy and what actually gets into your bloodstream into the body is significantly higher with any of our products. And that's what we stand behind. We are a GMP, an NSF, and an FDA certified facility. So anything that comes out of our facility that we manufacture for MedX carries those certifications. And those are pretty serious certifications to come by. Very expensive. We have a pharmaceutical grade technology, or a pharmaceutical grade laboratory in Las Vegas, Nevada, is where everything's produced. All of our hemp comes from Oregon, California, and Colorado. Those are the three places we come from. And anyone who's familiar with the hemp industry, when a plant comes, when we get a plant or when we get crude, they all come different, right? Each one has a different terpene profile. So no two are the same. That's why we have batch numbers and test and lab numbers for every single batch that comes out, because it's going to have a little more CBN, a little more CBA, a little more CBC, and that's all done by the batch. They're done by small batches. We don't run 10 million bottles at a time. We run about 100,000 bottles at a time. So each batch of ours has different terpene levels, and that's represented in the third-party testing. We don't test in-house. We send everything out to be third-party tested by a company called DB Labs. They were the very first lab ever to be certified in the state of Nevada, and they also test for the FDA. So when the FDA wants something to be tested that they're going to approve to go on the market or not, it goes to DB Labs in Nevada, and that's who we chose to partner with. So anytime you see any of these products that are MedX products, they're backed by us and they're backed by third-party testing. And those are all really important things for what you know, what you're going to put in your body and what you're going to stand behind. If you're going to put these products in your stores, on your shelves, or at your practice, like Kevin does, you want to know that they're the right products and that we're using what we say is in them. Moving on.
Yeah, the big thing too, Chad, when we go to this next slide, we're going to watch like a 40-second video.
Yep.
So in fact, we can dive into that after the video.
Sure.
Scientific research has shown that many oral vitamin supplements have an average bioavailability and absorption rate of only 5 to 20%. Digestive discomfort is also commonly associated with adequately dosed vitamin supplements. Normal digestion breaks down and destroys the given vitamin supplements before they reach the blood and cells. Much of what is not destroyed passes through the body with minimal benefit. For maximum benefit, the given vitamin supplement must be absorbed and delivered directly into the cells.
So that's a visual of what a liposome is. When you saw it deliver it into the body and into the bloodstream, that's what a liposome does. It carries it through the first pass through the stomach. Because it's getting on like mine. It survives the first pass through the stomach, and it survives the first pass through the liver. And when it gets into the small intestine, that's where it gets absorbed. When you hear this fallacy from some of these CBD companies or some of these supplement companies where they say, hold it under your tongue, it works faster, it works better, it increases their absorption. It gets there a little bit faster, but it certainly doesn't get more. The absorption rate is never going to be above 6 or 10% with an oil. So whether you hold it under your tongue for 40 minutes or you swallow right away, the absorption rate stays at 6 to 10% because the body can only absorb so much. What we do is the same way your food gets absorbed into the body is in your small intestine. It doesn't get absorbed under your tongue. I mean, it's not why they don't tell you to hold your food in your mouth for 20 minutes. They tell you to chew it and swallow it because your body absorbs it in the small intestine. That's where it happens. The absorption takes place about 30 minutes after you take it. So when you take a CBD product, whether it's ours or somebody else's, it's the absorption or the efficacy is going to be about 30 minutes. And CBD isn't a miracle drug that works like that. It's not, I'm having an anxiety attack, so I'm going to take some CBD. It doesn't work that way. CBD is an entourage effect. I don't want to say drug because it's not a drug, but it's an entourage effect supplement. It has to be something that you take as a regimen, just like a daily vitamin, just like anything else that you take into the body that affects the systems in the body. And to that point, the cannabinoid system is something that everybody's body has. The ability to maintain pain management, the ability for your depression, your anxiety, stress, your bone density, all those things the body already does on its own. What CBD, CBN, CBG, CBA, and all the different CBDs and terpenes affect are those parts of the body. That's what it affects. Now, it affects everybody differently. Just like any other medication or any other drug does. If you take something, it doesn't affect you like it might affect me, and that's something important to remember as well. So, with our products, and what we stand behind is the efficacy, the absorption rate, and as far as side effects go. I mean, everybody talks about all the miracle things that CBD and CBG and all these things can do, and marijuana and all these plants can do. Nobody really talks about the side effects, because there's not many of them. Even if you look at Epidiolex, which is the drug that's the FDA-approved drug for seizures, the side effects are so small and such a small percentage. It was about 3% of the 700 people they tested had side effects. Those side effects were dry mouth, headache, and diarrhea. Not bad compared to some of the other side effects you hear on some of the other drugs on the market that are pretty terrible. So those are the things to think about when you're talking about CBD in general, when you're talking about our products. Any research you want from our companies and our white papers are available through the website, through the Medix website. All of our testing is done at Nottingham University. It's all blood testing for the absorption rates. And those are readily available on our website for you guys too. All of our COAs for every single one of our products is available on the website. And anything else you guys need from our company or to back what is inside of our products, we're readily available to give to you guys. And we stand behind every one of our products, and we're happy to partner with Medix, and we're really glad they chose us. I have any questions while I'm up here about our products or our company, where it's manufactured? Sure.
Does your product have any
No nicotine, no. So there's no nicotine, and everything we produce is THC free, so I'm glad you asked. Anything that comes from our company is going to be a broad spectrum product for the most part, unless it's specified otherwise, is a broad spectrum, which is every part of the plant except THC. So we have zero THC in any of our products that are going to be that come from our company, which is important to know. Even less than the 0.3, it's absolutely zero non-detectable THC. Any other questions? And just to know, we are in 52 countries. We are a 15-year-old company. So we're not a 2, we're not a 1, we're not a 3-year-old CBD company. We've been doing this for 15 years. We started in the Netherlands, and then we gained access to the US within the last 2 years. But the technology behind what we do is 15 years old. We've been doing it for 15 years, and we're in 52 countries. So that sort of reputation is what comes with our company and what comes with the products that you guys will be representing.
Excuse me, Travis, do you have any patents on any of that technology?
Glad you asked. We have 2 patents. So one of our patents is on our dried liposomal technology, which you find inside of the coffee. So when you brew the coffee, what it does is it activates the liposomes. They come out in the first 10 ml of any coffee that you brew. You get the full amount of CBD. We have a patent on that. And then our liquid liposomal solution, we have a patent pending. It is not quite patented yet, but we're on the way. And that's the delivery system is patented, obviously, not the CBD. It's the delivery into the body is where the patent is. So. Thank you.
Thank you, Travis. I always learn. That was awesome. Thank you. The successful testing, when we were going through it, my mom texted me last night, did you see the show? You better ask for the COA. And you're right, you got to ask for the certification and really the testing. And that's where we're excited about partnering with Travis and partnering, because documentation beats conversation all day long. I can show you exactly what is in all of our products and what we have. And that's extremely important, because when the FDA and all these regulations come knocking to these other companies that don't have anything in their products, they're going to be gone. We have about a 1.5 year or so, two-year window. And for us as a company, that's exciting, because we know that we're going to get rid of those companies that are just totally robbing people their money and really the surface will be the good solid companies, and then you can pick your brand from there. But the marketplace is absolutely massive. Absolutely massive. And for us, when we were talking about what we wanted to name our brand. Branding is everything. So a product, we had to have the best. We got the best. Now what was the brand? What did we really want to send a message? And it was Matt's. I mean, MedX. Like, Matt's got to be MedX. It has to be. Why? Because we're sending the medical grade. We want people to know when you come to Doctors OTC to get a MedX, you're getting the medical grade. You're getting the real stuff, the real CBD. And that's extremely important with documentation, with all of this stuff that we're sharing with you today. So when we really came out with our MedX brand, we started off with the drops and the liposome technology, then the CBD freeze. All right, you guys, and if you haven't smelled, you guys can smell it, put it on your hands before you leave, sample it. But it's exciting because we started with the liposome, just the hemp extract, and then melatonin, and then the PET CBD. Now we have the gel caps that are here as well, if someone wants to sample some of the gel caps. So instead of taking a drop, take a gel cap. The gummies, who had the gummies? You feel okay, right? So you're like, oh, you're all right? You know, yeah, you're okay. That's okay. But we're excited because these weren't just coated, these were infused. The coffee. We're really excited about that, as well as reading the article, and the gentleman says, sometimes when I take the 500 milligram oil, that he gets a little drowsy. You know, Matt said that the one time, he goes, man, I get a little drowsy in the morning, I gotta be ready to go. The coffee balances that out. Does that make sense? So the coffee that we're having, the first we're gonna have is the roasted black with CBD, but then we're gonna come out like with a medium, there's gonna be a stronger coffee, a medium coffee, and then a flavored. Those are the three that we're having. We're in production right now. We should have that within the next 30 days. We're really, really excited about that product as well. This, what you're looking at, folks, is just the beginning. On top of all that, Travis came and shared with Matt and I unbelievable statistics and numbers. Jimmy, where's my brother? He's filming in the back. You're gonna love this. Jimmy, if you buy another 5-hour energy drink from the store other than me, you're done. We're gonna have this very soon, is the Hyper Hemp. And Travis, I took it, I was good. I was good. It's infused energy shots, and instead of that 5-hour energy drink, now we're gonna have this as well. This is coming very soon. So these are the products that we're extremely excited about, but it is the real deal. And you can also see too in the flyer back, if you don't have one, please make sure that you grab one. You can read exactly what each product does, what it's all about, the liposome effect that's right there that Travis was talking about, very important. Matt, I want to bring you up, Matt, so you can share a little bit about the MedX brand, and we have an awesome testimonial and a special guest that's in the audience as well, so why don't you take it away, Matt.
All right, thanks again, Glenn. A couple of things that Glenn had mentioned here was the different product lines, and there's a specific reason we have chosen this product line, because when I'm out in the field talking to different providers, this is what they're asking for. They're not asking for stuff with THC in it, they're not asking for products that have, which is now banned, the smoke, right, the vapes that are out there, so we're not carrying any of that. We're giving the folks what they want, so that presents an opportunity and it presents a way for you to help people, and then what Glenn is going to show you down the road is how you can benefit from that financially as well. Right now, we have lots of folks that come in and out of our new location on Sheridan Drive. They walk in. I've had 2 or 3 repeat visits, which is big because we've only been there a couple of months. People walk in from whether it be a surgeon or pain management, say, hey, my provider sent me over here. He said that you got some good stuff. And at first, they're looking over their shoulder, like, you got some good stuff, But it's not like that. It's very laid back. All the lights are turned on. There's no psychedelic images on the walls, okay? So you can walk in, feel comfortable. You can have a couple of complimentary CBD coffee. You can sit down and be comfortable. And then we can have a conversation. I can educate you a little bit about the CBD product line. And then you can make a choice that makes sense for you. So when I say what makes sense for you, everybody likes to take their CBD their way. So whether you want to have it with your cup of joe in the morning, whether you want to take a liposome oil, put it in your your drink, whether it be with your coffee, your tea, your Pepsi juice. I was actually using it with orange juice. I would take it, wash it down with orange juice. It's not flavored when it comes out of the bottle itself, so you can flavor it yourself. Just mix it with something. It's not going to lose its integrity. You'll still get the full effect from the zone liquid. So you figure out what works best for you, and then you go that way. You know, there's the trendy thing right now is gummies. You know, there's trucks all over New York City that say CBD gummies. This isn't New York, but I wouldn't say that you won't see a Medex CBD gummy truck coming soon. Who knows? So we have all the different products. We have a testimonial from a professional athlete here. She's been using the product. She sees the value. Travis went over it. Dr. Nightingale is a professional doctor with professional athletes, and I'm sure, depending upon the league, some of them allow it, some do not, but they not all use it, but a lot of them have tried it, a lot of them stand behind it. So without any more ado, I'd like to bring up Laura, who is an MMA fighter, also an advocate for us. She's been with me from the beginning. She's tried a couple different products, so ladies and gentlemen, Laura Nails.
Hello, so I've known Matt a little over a year now. I'm Laura, I'm 34 years old, and like Matt said, I fight MMA, so I cage fight. But on my everyday job, I work for Dr. Simmons, who is a spinal surgeon. So we basically deal with this and patients in pain every single day. I'm an advocate of the product because of my past and being an athlete. I've been in the orthopedic business for almost 9 years, and when I first started, I started having all this pain in my neck, my back, and the doctor at the time was like, is there something wrong with your neck? And when I was growing up, people used to pick on me, they used to call me no neck. Well, come to find out, I'm actually cervically fused from C2 to 5. And it doesn't affect my fighting. If anything, training and movement actually helps my symptoms a lot better. But when I first started getting into the spinal surgery end of it, I noticed a lot of patients that were coming in that's been dealing with this for many, many years. And a lot of the patients that come in there have been on opiates for quite some time. I myself was on opiates. I was taking it as directed, just hydrocodone, 7.5s, 4 times a day, just like the doctor ordered. Well, a couple years down the road, I ended up developing narcolepsy, and after speaking with a sleep specialist, he ended up telling me it was because of the amount of opiates that I was taking on a daily basis. So I actually cut my opiate usage down to 1 a day, and my narcolepsy has since improved. But on the other end of the spectrum, training, when I'm training for a fight, I'm in the gym usually 5 days a week, 3 hours a night, on top of working a 40-hour work week. So at the end of the day, and when I wake up in the morning, you can only imagine what my pain level is at. I had met Matt in the Medex business. He, at the time, was helping patients with TENS units, braces, and he came in the one day and said, Laura, I think I'm going to start, the CBD company. And my eyes lit right up because I heard about it, I heard the positivity about it. I mean, if you could get patients off of medication to be on something more natural, I just feel like that is, better for everybody. So Matt had brought in a couple samples for me to try. Again, I was right in the heat of training. He goes, try these gummies. And I would rather take a CBD gummy any day of the week than an opiate medication. And the lasting effects, the next day, the way that I felt, it was just an overall better for my health. I get drug tested when I fight, so I knew this product wasn't going to affect that. One of my main, like I said, my main pain areas is in this crazy, right here, this muscle right here down in the back. He brought up the pain freeze. I am in love with the pain freeze. I don't know what I would do without the pain freeze. It blows biofreeze out of the water, and I tell all of my patients this. I let them smell it, I let them look at it, because I love the product that much. I can put it on first thing in the morning, I put my scrub top over it, doesn't rub, doesn't, you know, get on my clothes, and it doesn't smell, it doesn't have that like potent smell. But Pain Freeze has saved my life on multiple occasions, because like I said, I still have to get up and I have to go to work every day. I have to work an 8-hour shift, leave, go to the gym and train for another 3 hours, and then get home and go to sleep, try to sleep. If I'm in pain, I have the CBD gummies, I have the CBD freeze, and it's all natural. I don't have to worry about the lasting effects. I don't have to worry about having that opiate medication in my body and worry about, you know, what's going to happen down the road. And like I said, working with Dr. Simmons and in spine surgery and patients that are dealing with this every day, I rave about this product. And it's because I've used it, I've felt the effects, the positive effects, and the long-lasting effects. You know, I've been using this now for, what do you think, about six months, ever since Matt, you know, jumped on board. And you know, I was like the guinea pig, but I'm really glad that I was the guinea pig, because it helped, and it helps with my everyday aches and pains, and the everyday individual has access to this now. So instead of writing another script for 120 Lortabs, that's going to end up either getting you addicted, getting you, you know, end up having more medical problems. You are, you know, having a more natural effect that's going to, you know, help you in the long run. So if there's one thing that I rave about is Matt's product, and I'm happy that he allowed me to come up and actually talk about my, you know, my experience with it, because if it's helped me, it can help a lot of people. And I know I've sent many patients to him in the last couple months, and you know, a lot of these patients, their main thing is A, I want to get off medication, and B, the medical marijuana is very expensive right now. It's $120, I think, for the card. It's more than that. I mean, just to get the, you know, the THC is another over $100. So stressing to the patients that this is medical grade. This isn't, one thing that I've noticed on my ventures throughout New York State is you're gonna find CBD products in gas stations, in, you know, anywhere, but you don't know what's in that. You don't know what's in that product. I'm telling you right now, I know what's in that product and I know it works. So, yeah, so that's my story.
Thank you, Laura. And when she makes it big, you know, on HBO specials, Fight Night, you can say you saw her here first. You watch her get there. But I also have to say, not only am I the Hair Club president, I have a few extra pounds and I got some knee issues, so I've been rubbing that freeze on my knee, and when I don't use it, I'm dragging around the next day. It's in a lot of pain. So it actually does work, and I don't want to just say that because, you know, we're up here promoting our Doctors OTC website and product, and we believe in it, but we really do. And there's more to the story, all right? So I'm going to hand it off to Glenn. He's going to tell a little bit about our next piece of the puzzle here.
Thank you for that awesome testimony. That was awesome. I appreciate it. This part of the story of building our company was a shock to Matt and I. A good friend of ours, Brian Sebastian, we reached out to and said, okay, we have to have a fulfillment center. I've been around in the business world, and we had a few years back a company we tried to take off the ground, and we had no communication to the fulfillment center to ship out. The car looked great, but there was no engine inside. So when we started building this, I said, man, we have to have a solid fulfillment center that when that button's clicked, we know it goes somewhere, right to our warehouse, packed, pulled, sent, shipped out, tracking number, like everything. Boom, 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 boom. No, can't be messing around with that. So Brian says, here's where I believe your fulfillment center should be. So we go to Depew, and we walk in an old school, And I see my friend Tom, his older brother, Donald, and I haven't seen him in years and years and years. And he has a disability, and this is where he works. And me and Matt look at each other, I'm like, what's... And come to find out, it literally brought tears to our eyes, because we walked in another room, and there is all these folks working really hard, and they're packaging for the Buffalo Bills, the Buffalo Sabres, 18,000 season ticket holders, here they are, and they're listening to music and jamming and having a blast, and there's someone overseeing them. And it was I never saw anything like this. And what it means to these families, because now there's certain things that they're trying to do within the government is pull some of this funding for some of these companies away, and now they're looking for ways to bring that funding back in. So one of the biggest things that I want to share with you guys is every single time that there's an order on our website and or your website, if you partner with us, first of all, it's free shipping anywhere in the US, number one. Number two, there's a proceeds that goes back to People Inc. and every single person that's in that building. Huge. To me and to Matt. I mean, literally, we had tears in our eyes going, wait a minute. So every single order, if we continue to build this company, there's going to be more people working, we can get more money, more funding can go back to People Inc. and to these folks. So not only are we helping people, you know, what they're paying, not only we can help in a minute, you'll see financially a little bit, now we're also helping People Inc. and this incredible organization and what it does. I was floored, and I'm super, super, super excited about this partnership with People Inc. and it's extremely important for you guys to know that part of the story. Matt?
So I'm not going to add too much more to that, but just one quick touch on the home front. Landlord walks in, told them this story. My niece works there. I'm going to buy everything from you. And that's how it hits home. Everybody knows somebody that has a disability, whether it be Down syndrome or cerebral palsy, whatever it might be. This organization, what they're doing at this location is huge for those families. The state and federal funding, like Glenn said, was cut. We're going to subsidize. Their business department said, okay, we need to raise money somehow. So this isn't the norm for them. They normally don't take money to do this, but they need the money. So we said, all right, this is a perfect opportunity for us to give back to the community. So it is huge. And we're excited to be part of it. And we hope that you will be also once you see what Glenn has to offer here. We're going to go into the next part, which is probably you know, another very exciting part of our program. So I'm going to hand it back to Glenn.
Thanks, Matt. Hey guys, give it up for Matt Dolan tonight. I appreciate it. Thank you, Matt. Okay, so you look up at the screen and you see this and go, is it one of those things? Yes and no. Let me explain. I've been in the network marketing profession for over 20 years. Done very well with a video technology company and a company called Five Link. My good friend Kenny Kansas back there. Those brings back memories, Kenny, when me, you, and Jim Kelly and Dan, we were sitting there speaking in front of hundreds and hundreds of people back then. But as I went through this industry, learned the ups, the downs, the good, the bad. It's not just network marketing, it's corporate America too, the insurance world. A lot of great companies that are out there. Mary Kay and Avon, you guys heard of those, right, ladies? I mean, it's just incredible companies that are out there doing a lot of good things. It's moving 166 to $180 billion a year worldwide, globally. But we wanted to do something different. You know, in normal network marketing companies, you got to pay to get involved, and then you got to pay a monthly fee, and you got to have that monthly fee every single month, or you don't get paid. And then there's 18 million ways to get paid. You got the car bonus and this bonus, but you only get the car bonus if you get this, and then have that, do this, and then that, and then do a backflip, and then do a right hook, and then you get paid this special. You guys familiar? You know what I'm talking about, right? You guys have heard of it before. We wanted to, when me and Matt go back and forth on this, and here it is. Keep it simple. You personally sell anything from your website, your portal, you get 15%. But I talked to Matt at the beginning, he's like, yeah, that's it. And we're gonna go to doctors and chiropractors. I go, wait a minute, Matt, let's just not just share this with doctors and chiropractors, let's share this with everyone. And if they want to take advantage of it, they can. If not, that's okay too. You don't have to pressure or sell anything. You don't have to do that. You don't have to have a certain business volume to get a bonus. Let's keep it simple. So here's how you build a team. If someone is interested in building a team with CBD or sharing it with a couple of folks, this is now your leverage. This is how the wealthy, this is what they know and live by. 3% has more money than 97% put together in this country, right? Why? Because they have leverage, they understand it. Here's the thing. Let's say you introduce 3 people that just sign up for free. For free. And they go out and they share it with their friends or family, and one might happen to be a doctor or a chiropractor. Now that doctor or chiropractor goes out and starts sharing with everybody he knows, and all this product starts moving, and you never even knew who that doctor was. You don't know his patients, but you're getting a check every month. You're getting 7% on that second level of every single customer and order that goes through. And here's the beautiful thing about it. The system that's on the back end that we had to tie together work, I'm telling you, it wasn't easy, is all reported in there for you. So you want to see what it is, you log in your back office, you can see exactly the sales. Matter of fact, it also emails you exactly who sold what and how much you earned. At what level? It's awesome. The system's awesome. Well, we wanted to keep it simple. We wanted to also have an opportunity for people to build an organization and a team. Then they can make, if you want to make an extra $500 a month, that takes half this city out of bankruptcy. $500 extra a month. What about 1,000? How about 2,000, 3,000, 5,000? We want to create the vehicle where you can jump in and drive it to where you want to go. Whether you want to just take the product, whether you want to build an organization, or just share it with a couple people, make a couple extra $100 a month. That's completely up to you. The last thing we wanted to do was build that old-fashioned network marketing company, forcing people, we just didn't want to do that. We have the best products. Now it's our turn and our time to take it to this country. The timing is absolutely critical, and it's perfect right now. Because timing beats talent every time. If I was up here showing you VHS tapes, that wouldn't be so good, right? You have to be at the right place at the right time. We didn't miss the boat on this. You're talking, they're saying it's going to be predicted a $44 billion industry and bigger. And in New York State, when they do license medical marijuana, recreational marijuana, the connections that Matt and I had through our good friend Bob Heil, he does all the liquor licensing in New York State. He's absolutely incredible at what he does for restaurants and everything else. He's also lined himself up to be doing all the licensing for hemp products and marijuana products, and we're first in line. We're really excited about that as well when that happens in New York State, which it's going to. Our retail spot that is in Sheridan, that's the beginning. Then the South Towns, then downtown, and we're going to strategically do this the proper and right way. This is pretty simple, guys. So this example is just on a $300 pack, but any questions that you have, the good thing is everything's online at our website, doctorsotc.com. Let me show you a couple other things. For the doctors or chiropractors or people that want to have a good amount of product on them or just want to use it, we create these packages. As new products come in, like with the 5-hour energy and the coffee and stuff that we're finalizing, we're going to add these to the packages and make changes accordingly. You can buy them obviously individually, whatever, but we wanted to put in some special packages where it gives you a discount. In some cases, 10% off discount, 50%, 20% off. Especially for you guys coming tonight, it means a lot to Matt and I and our families and you guys being here. This is our initial, official launch of our company after 6 months of building it. So really, I truly, from the bottom of my heart and from Matt's heart, I want to thank you guys for all coming and just being here, just to hear what we have to say. These are the packages for the affiliates. And these will all be on the website as well. Customer packages. We want to also have customer packages. What if someone wants just, a certain pack? They love this, they want to get a discount. These are the customer packages, and again, we're going to continue to change these as certain things happen. We'll get the coffee, we get this, we get that, and we'll put packages, then we'll listen to the field. You know, then if someone, you know, we're working on something right now with our website where it's going to be really cool. They're going to have a monthly subscription. At some particular point, we're going to have this. Or let's say you have Aunt Jane that wants every single month on the 15th her coffee and her gummies and her freeze delivered. Then on the 15th every month, that will be sent to the warehouse with Peak Link, and it'll be sent out, and her card will be charged. They'll be on file. Right now, we're going through with the programmers and developers that's building the software for the monthly subscription on that. But that's a residual type of an effect. So let's say your customers, because it goes down again 7 levels, right? You'll be able to earn some income on that. Very important. But these are the customer packages for today, and it's just whatever package that is best for you. You guys come back and pick them, and I'll have Matt come up here in a second. There's a couple things that I want to talk about too. With the affiliate packs. When you become an affiliate, so how do I sign up? Well, the person that brought you here, number one, you're going to sign up through that. They get credit. The good thing too, if they were to go to Doctor's OTC and they already bought something from someone, they put their email address in, because you have to put your email address in, it links them right back to the person that brought them to the website. See, a lot of things in network marketing is they just go right to the company. We don't want anybody going right, we want them going through an affiliate. Matt and I are an affiliate. The company, but they're affiliates. So we want everybody that's going to be going through an affiliate. That's the good thing, because it's linked to that email. Now, when you become and you pick a package, you only have to do it one time, and you're active forever. Not every month. $250 worth of products, so you could have 100 BV volume and do this and do that, and then you're active. No, we didn't want to do that. You want to make money with our company, with MedX and Doctors OTC, it's free to get involved. We ask one thing: you pick a package one time, you pay for it one time, and you are active to receive commissions forever. Simple. Simple business model. On top of this, guys, man, you had me laughing earlier. That was so funny. I gotta tell everybody, man, sorry. Matt goes, who, this guy up there, Glenn, you for training? I don't know, I mean, you got some Italians in the room, you have some other room, this looks like this. So I go, man, it's Vince Lombardi, what are you talking about? He goes, well, we might have to change the slide or something. It was pretty funny. You guys know who Vince Lombardi is? Raise your hand. See, I told you the ladies would know who Vince Lombardi is, man. The biggest thing that we're about is teamwork. Together, everyone achieves more. And those of you who don't know me, I coach Orchard Park Little League football. My little guys team, 10-year-old. Boy, is that something. There's 29 kids on the team. Please say a prayer for me tonight and tomorrow and for the rest of the season. It's very challenging. No. Then I coach travel baseball team, and I coach a basketball team. So yes, it's kind of crazy. But the big thing is with this industry is you got to know, how to do it, what to do. A lot of people get started in business for themselves. They've worked for someone their entire lives. They go, get up, brush your teeth, go to work, back and forth 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 to work. They hate what they do. Then they want to do something for themselves and they freeze. Say, what do I do? So the cool thing is when you sign up and you start your own business, you immediately get an email, a welcome email, video email from Matt and I, welcome you to the organization, to the team. Within that email, you get a link of your own personal website. So at the top of your website, they'll go and say, welcome to Matthew Dole's Doctor's OTC website. Welcome to Nicole's website. Welcome to Arlene's website. Then you know that that person went to the right website, they see your name at the top, and you're getting credit for that, right? So that's important, number one. So you get your own website, your own back office, and we don't charge you a monthly fee. A lot of companies say, hey, because we're giving you your website, we're giving you a portal, you don't have to worry about fulfillment, Matt, you don't have to worry about the back office, you don't have to worry about tracking. We're doing all that for you, but they would charge you for that. We don't want to do any of that. We got it. The teaching and training is something I've been working on for 20 years. And I owe a lot to a gentleman that's sitting in the back and left because he changed my life when I walked into his insurance agency. And I had the hoops in my ears and I had my goatee and my Florida State and I was going to pay my insurance bill. And Kenny Kansas, he said, hey, do you want to make some extra money? And it changed my life because I was fortunate and blessed to do well in that company, but then also travel all over the country and go to seminars and hear from people and their philosophies of success of what they did. You know, Jim Rohn and Anthony Robbins and Mark Victor Hansen were all at Chicken Soup of the Soul books, and I was fortunate to be on stage with them in Dallas, Texas. I learned so many different things. So the training that is put in here, and why I bring that up, is not to impress upon you by any means. I'm just sharing my story with you. And Kenny, I thank you from the bottom of my heart, because that changed my entire path. It changed my life from the direction that I was heading. The personal development and the seminars that I've taken throughout the years and the books that I've read in this industry of just communicating, connecting with people, and Matt as well. I mean, we soak this stuff up. We share it and we put it in a teaching and training portal absolutely for free. So when you get started in a business, not only do you get your welcome email on your website, you get the password to the teaching section of affiliate training, and I walk you step by step through 5 steps video with our business plan that's in place on how to build an organization and how to build a customer base. And it's a lot different now than it was, Dad, when we were doing stuff way back then. But when you go through this teaching and the training videos, you just walk step by step through it. It's really, really simple. That's what we want to make it, really easy, fun. And the good thing is everybody in your phone now, I looked at my phone, it's like I had, I think, 700 contacts in my phone. Then I looked at my Facebook and I had over 3,000 friends on my Facebook. Then I looked at my LinkedIn and how many friends that I had there. And then Instagram, and it's like, wow. And now all of us in the room, we're sharing social media. Social media is a totally new wave. We're going to be able to share these products that you see on social media to your portal, to your link, because now, back in the day, it'd be like, make sure you go to my website, it's this, and this. Now they just click on it. It's like, here, let me text your link, just click, boop, and it's straight to your website. So, we're excited to expand upon that, not just the teaching and training for how to build an organization, but also some other things that we're looking to dive into down the road, which is personal development and growth. And that's everything. That is absolutely everything. From Think and Grow Rich to Dr. Napoleon Hill and his principles, to how to win friends and influence people, to Rich Dad, Poor Dad. These are big principles. I mean, I told my son, I said, one of the big things is he's reading a lot of books now. The Contract by Derek Jeter is next one, just so you know. But I told him, I said, look, buddy, one of the biggest things that I saw online, I want to just share a quick story with you, is one kid was about 10 years old. His other friend lived next door and he was cutting grass. And as he was cutting grass, he got $10 for it. So he shot home and he goes, Dad, how about I cut grass and give me $10 for it? And the father looks at him and goes, son, he goes, I don't want you to cut grass for $10. He goes, here's this. How about you read this book, Think and Grow Rich, and I'll give you $20. Not only did he read the book, he kept giving him books to read, and that was continuing to educate his son in so many different ways. And now today, the success story with his son is unreal. But Glenn, you're going to be cutting the grass too. So you're not cutting the grass, you're going to be doing both, buddy. So that is the development and training of what we want to put together as a company. Matt and I have talked about so many different avenues that this can go. And we just pray that the good Lord continues to bless us and our company and the people that get involved. We just know that on the right values and integrity and principles of what we're going to do, where we can take it, and it's just the beginning. So whoever joins forces with us, we're in for a fun ride. We're looking at special events down the road and all kinds of different things. So I really want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for coming again, and I'm going to share it back with Matt. And you can close on that. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Glenn. Very good. Just to clear the air, that last slide with the 3 gentlemen there, that was from somebody else. That wasn't from me. I was showing it, and this young lady said, "Who are these 3 old guys?" Oh my God, maybe we should change this. But anyway, we got to get our point across. We're committed to you. We want to help you through your path to be successful, and we understand that everybody has a different path to be successful. That's more for the people that have no direction. You need help getting started. Like Glenn said, we don't want you to freeze up. We're going to be there to help support, build a team, give you some direction. That's what we're looking to do. We have some great products. The actual affiliate starter packs, I don't know if you saw them up there, they were $150 today. If you do want to get involved and you want to buy it, it's $100. It basically is about half price from what it would normally be on the website if you were to buy each product individually. But I think that's all I have. Any questions for me while I'm up here, or we'll be around for a few minutes after we're done here? Anybody?
Is this, so let's go back. So what?
Yeah, sure. So that's the affiliate bronze package. That's the number one there. So you have the liposome 100 milligram or 10 milligram with 5 milligram melatonin, the 250 CBD liposome, have extra straight liposome, and then you got 2 CBD frees, and then 2 packs of the premium gummies, and then you also, we don't have the flyers in there, but we have plenty of flyers here, so we'll send you with some flyers as well. All right, so you can be successful. And again, now that we have all these things in place, I think, now I'm out on the road a lot, right? So I'll walk into a place, and I think there's a few folks in here that are already affiliates, they've already bought some products, but I'm gonna be hitting the road more over the next several months, and I can tell you 3 out of 5 doctors, like 3 out of 4 dentists say you should brush your teeth. 3 out of 5, when I show this to them, they're like, okay, sign me up, how do I get started? I don't want to be pushy, I just lay out the information, and they say, okay, give me 6 of these, give me 2 of those, give me 1 of those. We have a few folks here, like David is already on the road as well. He brought in a couple of chiropractors. One right away came in, he bought a package. It was similar to the affiliate, but we didn't even have the affiliate. He just said, give me 6 bottles of this and 4 bottles of that. And then 2 days ago, another chiropractor from that same office did the same thing. And that's kind of how it happens. Just lay the information out there, and it'll build itself, especially when you have a good quality product that will sell itself. And then when you get it out there, you gotta get it in your hands, you gotta get it in the hands of people to try it, so they come back and buy it again. So that's gonna be really important. If you're serious about it, you wanna be successful, you gotta have the products in hand. The one other thing I can also say is that, I lost my train of thought here, but the products, again, they just sell themselves. So I know
Travis is back there as well. If anybody has questions about the liposome and the difference between oil, I know Travis can explain that. Dr. Kevin's back there as well, but
yeah, that's pretty much it, folks. I appreciate your time. Thank you very much. This is the very first time we've been up here, kind of like a dress rehearsal. So the next time we do this, and if you all got involved, or even half of you, and said, oh, I'm gonna bring 2 people next time I go, you can kind of see how this is gonna build and where it's gonna go from here. The plan is to go Rochester, Syracuse, but we're gonna start right here in our own backyard. As Len said, we grew up in Lackawanna, Hamburg, Alma. We live local, we work with you, we work side by side, so we're gonna be successful together.
another thing I wanted to bring up, free shipping throughout the US, that's also for affiliates as well. So I have people in Las Vegas, Nevada that are getting started, that one has 14 CBD stores that wants to put our product in there, that I'm working with right now. So it's a big thing, it's not just here locally in Western New York, I'm talking throughout the country, the United States of America, for affiliates and the product. That's extremely important, because we're also going to be doing, if you're familiar with Zoom face-to-face meetings and stuff like that, where if you can't come to a meeting, or you just want to hear, somebody wants to hear some of the information, we're going to have scheduled Zoom meetings and stuff like that as well. So I wanted to point that out, because that's really important. It's not just here, it's all throughout the United States of America. And I think we got it. So Glenn, you ready to dance now? What do you guys think? Should he dance for you ladies or what? Come on, I'll put you on the spot. We gotta end it off on a different note. What do you think? What do you think? You ready? Okay, I gotta put it on, man. You ready, bud? Just a little stop right there. He's gonna kill me when we get home. That's all right. Let me see, man. Hold on. Hey, show me more, huh? You guys, thank you very much for coming tonight.